You ever wonder about how your online order box impacts the environment? Imagine all of those online shopping boxes. If that package starts with responsibly managed forests, the impact can be more favorable than you think. Let's start with responsibly managed forests. Kraton only sources from responsibly managed forests. What is a responsibly managed forest? This is a forest that is managed as such that the forest keeps on growing, even though trees are harvested. Responsibly managed forests used for pulp production do not take arable land from agriculture, so they do not impact food security. When a tree starts to grow, it absorbs carbon from the atmosphere and turns it into something called biogenic carbon, which is carbon absorbed from the atmosphere and sequestered by plant life. As the tree grows larger, it grows more and more needles, which absorb more and more carbon from the air. If we are counting the impact of carbon to the environment, some things release carbon and increase the carbon footprint, while other things, like planting a tree, absorb carbon and decrease the carbon footprint. As carbon is being absorbed, the biogenic carbon has a negative carbon footprint balance. After 10 to 30 years, the tree is harvested. At that point, it is no longer absorbing carbon. The harvesting, shipping, and processing release some carbon back into the air. When the tree goes to the mill, most of the tree's biogenic carbon is separated into the pulp that becomes your cardboard box, as well as lignin and crude tall oil. Kraton separates the CTO into different fractions, each used to make different products: pitch, rosin, and fatty acids. Kraton uses the rosin part of the pine tree to make resins that are used in many different products you use every day to make your life better. When the Kraton resin leaves our gate, the biogenic carbon contained in the resin is significantly more than the carbon emitted during harvesting and processing of the tree and into the making of the resin. By using this pine resin instead of petroleum-based resin, your product has a lower carbon footprint. Where this biogenic carbon ultimately ends up, its end of life, depends on you. If it is used in a durable product or a product that is recycled, then that biogenic carbon remains captured, rather than being emitted back into the air. Use of Kraton materials that come from responsibly managed forests, which absorb and capture more carbon than is emitted, is an effective way to manage your carbon footprint.